what you understand is that the the alleged abusers had their computers and phones deep analysed, including clergy.
Not everything. They selected things that and selected stuff. So when say if they walked in here, they might have decided to grab this one and not this one, or they might grab that and this and leave others. And so nobody knew what is going to be taken, because if they had to take everything, it would have been too much.
Okay, I want to submit to you that doesn't line up with the documentation. The judge Justice Anna Porfley, conducted a 12-day fact-finding mission. And then gave her judgment after 12 days.
Yeah.
There's no way they can do that kind of analysis on the as far as we understand, nobody was questioned, nobody was cautioned or questioned under caution. The only person that was invited in for a chat, which was released, the conversation was released, was the father. He was only questioned about one incident, and he was forewarned about it, and he was not questioned under caution, and he made some mistakes even in that unofficial questioning. He gave himself away and made some mistakes. So and also with the people that were around the case, I'm the only one not arrested. They arrested. And when they arrested these people, they took everything belonging to them: a laptop, a PC, a phone, a hard drive, a memory stick, everything. Rupert Quaintance was this American that I invited over because he was going to do an investigation, a documentary. They took his laptop, his phone. They kept them for a year, or maybe they gave them back maybe after about 9 months. And they analysed everything to the very last detail. The same with Ved Chowdhury, Neelu Berry, the same with Sabine, the same with Belinda Mackenzie. Now the Mackenzie friends, I've distanced myself. Even Tracy Morris was involved for a while, and she did some good work because Sabine was being accused of releasing the videos online. Well, we found out that they were released way before February 2015. The disclosures were made in the August. We found out in November some of the videos were released in Russia, first of all, which would make sense. And the videos were also found by a researcher, completely nothing to do with the case. He was researching the dark net to do with the case he was working on, and he came across them. And I can't remember what action he took. I think he might have released them, having found them on the dark web. And when Sabine got arrested, and a warrant for her arrest, and this, that, and the other, he went to the police station. He sent a sworn affidavit that I saw these videos for the first time in December 2014, and I released them then, before Sabine ever had this accidental release in February. So, and they let Sabine go on that time. They accepted his testimony. He then had to go into hiding because he had admitted releasing the videos and coming across them.
Also about the videos, I don't have copies of them anymore.
I do.
Has it?
Yeah.
If you go and study them.
I have.
Now,
I worked on this case from February 2015.
I'm going to tell you what to study.
Yeah.
If you look at fingers, look at the length of the fingernails, and in different shots where a fingernail is visible, look at the difference in the length of the fingernails.
Okay.
Then you'll find out that the same child, what was supposed to be one continuous,
all within 6 weeks,
was over a few weeks.
Yeah, it was over a few weeks.
And then
When they first got the disclosures, Abraham met them in March. He moved in around May. They went on holiday in August. I think that's the timeline. I've got it all written down somewhere. The disclosures started in earnest in Morocco. Then they came back and disclosed again to the brother-in-law who was a reserve policeman, Jean Clement. And then there were more. Then it was September the 6th, I think, when they were taken into care. So it's conceivable that the disclosures went from the beginning of August until the first week of September. Now, I'm open to the possibility of them starting to be gathered before that.
now you see, the videos was made.
Yeah. I thought over 6 weeks.
No.
You see the children. You don't see the children changing in height or weight or whatever. But I'm willing to accept maybe 2-3 months. I'm willing to accept that.
2-3 months, yeah.
Yeah, I'm willing to accept that.
The impression is that
They gave the impression it was over 3 weeks or something like that.
Yeah.
So examine the fingernails. That's a good tip.
Look at what is supposed to be one session of questions asked and answered.
By the police or the stepfather?
By the stepfather.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
You look at...
I believe the videos have been edited and...
Yeah.
Yes. And I tell you how I know
to give
that.
the impression...
That it was a sequential thing. I tell you why I believe that. Because at first we understood there were 19 videos. Then I started working with them, doing phone interviews with them, talking to them hours and so on. And then they would release more and more and more. So it became evident that they had only released a selection of a much bigger library. I do agree with that.
And there was many hours.
Yeah, I agree.
Of video done. Some videos was done by the stepfather.
Then there was an Irishman called Finbar.
Finbar, yeah.
There was an Irishman called, and he disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
I found his name. I've tracked him down. He's a musician.
There is a mistake also made on one of the videos where the clothes were not changed of the children, and exactly same clothes with a same dirt mark on was also published on the dark net in one of the sex child porn web pages.
So you agree that the children appeared on child porn pages? You know that? I'm glad you know that. I'm glad you know that.
And they were, and that was not while they were with their dad, but while they were with their mother.
Yeah, and I can accept that too. But the information I was given was that Abraham was not complicit in that kind of thing. He was the idiot that was trying to get the children's truth out and get everybody exposed, not understanding that possibly his girlfriend was also part of it.
Yeah.
And I'm very unpopular for saying that.
Yeah.
When I broke that news, because MI6 let me down, right? They promised to give me, they were going to give me annotations of the videos that they had implicating the mother. They said, we can't send you a copy, otherwise you'll be liable for possession of child pornography. They were going to give me, we're at 30 seconds, this is and like that, so it would be legal. They didn't come through.
Yeah.
So I was absolutely lambasted.
Yeah. So unfortunately, there is a lot of things. All I was involved with was with the analysing of the brainwashing of the children.
Unfortunately, I think they sought you out because they had an invested interest in proving the father to be the victim. They
wanted to get the truth. When I was given access And when I was involved, I virtually knew nothing.
Yeah, but they would have approached you knowing that you are a world-renowned expert on parental alienation.
Yeah.
So their tactic, even first of all, there's
Not,
so many
yeah.
things. There's
You
so many
see,
things like
the
they
main
warned.
thing is here.
Their
and-
tactic was to make the father look the victim
Yeah.
of the wicked mother
Yeah.
and boyfriend.
Yeah.
So
you
you're
see-
the perfect expert witness.
Yeah, you see, it is what I had here is pathogenic parenting.
What does that mean?
Pathogenic parenting is
I don't know what pathogenic means.
poisonous,
Yeah, toxic. Okay.
toxic, poisonous, and so.
Okay.
That's the first thing. I can pathogenically poison you against somebody, pathogenic influence you against somebody without you realizing.
Yeah, like psychological warfare, like.
I
Mind
give you
control.
one sentence only now and then. I wonder whether Andrew washed his face this morning. Let's go on. There I immediately influenced you
Assumptions.
against Andrew.
Yeah.
You
yeah,
didn't realize we were talking about something completely, but I am indoctrinated.
Yes, I understand.
And
I was. Yeah, I understand.
So, I was asked me on pathogenic parenting.
Okay.
Then I am also seen as a highly knowledgeable person on piranha relationships and also on sadistic alienation.
Yeah, and I know you are, but I think they
now-
selected you for those reasons.
Yeah. So I just analyzed the information that they gave me at the in hand, and I wasn't happy with what I did get.
I've
So,
seen. I haven't read it yet, but there's somebody's released a document, and I think it contains your report in it.
Is it?
Yeah, recently it was released on an American YouTube, and he was saying this seems to have been, blah blah blah, and he said this is a very convincing article, but he said something doesn't smell right to me with this case, so he invited people to submit any other information they had, but I've saved the video. But he said this report is very well done and it seems very convincing, and I'm 99% sure it was the report you wrote.
Yeah. Well, then I did ask for information, and they gave me answers back.
Yeah.
A few days later, and the answers was absolutely bullshit. So I introduced him to Corin Whittle, Nick Whittle, Nick Child, and so Corin and Nick Whittle actually then worked with them with the kids at that stage. All they didn't ask, did your mommy say this or did you this?
No.
They just questioned the kids. They will come and the kid will come and say, and then they will discuss, oh, did you see this? What do you think of this? And so, and look at your reaction. Like for instance now, if I give this to the kid to look at, immediately, I will immediately watch the kid's reaction when see the crucifix on it. Remember what happened, allegedly happened in church, and so is there any reaction to it by the kids?
Yeah.
And so Nick and Corin then brought in Professor, what's his name? Whatever his name, I'll give his name for you. They brought him in. He had to be flown in from the States. He also went through with the kids. And so,
Those poor children.
but the kids were never to prevent the children from being traumatized.
But
They actually worked with the children in such a way that it was enjoyment for the
I
children.
know my daughter was in play therapy after being orally raped at 2.5, so I'm very familiar. She was for a year with professionals doing paintings, talking about everything other than. I'm very familiar with that. I'm also highly trained in. I spent 20,000 and 10 years training in America and London with. It's kind of almost like Scientology, but human potential, human development, presentation, negotiation, enrollment, communication, mastery of empowerment, blah blah blah. I've done an awful lot of work in that area. I'm also a mind control survivor, so I'm very very conscious of the subtleties and the
Tell me,
levels.
have you seen any of the videos? My videos are usually just kept on for a few weeks or a few months or so.
And then you put them back to private. No, I haven't. I didn't know you had a channel. But something that just occurred to me there, I was going to say to you. Oh, yeah, I reiterate that the DC Steve Martin, who's being used to front all the prosecutions of the campaigners, the American guy that got 9 months, he only got home today. He's been released from Wandsworth Prison and repatriated to America today. The others, Jake Clark, another campaigner, was offered a deal. If you say Angela made you get involved with this campaign, we will let you off with a caution. He was leafleting houses and informing people and going to big gatherings. He was doing very active campaigning. They pulled him in. They said, if you say Angela got you to do this, we need you to stop, but we'll just give you a caution. And he said no, because it's not true. He said, I'm absolutely, completely in my own right dedicated to helping these children. So then they sectioned him maliciously for 3 months, maybe 6 months. They tried to put a diagnosis of schizophrenia on him. They force medicated him. He wasn't allowed online. He's monitored still. You know, it's
there is
so much a preponderance, so much evidence from personally, not other people have fed to me.
The thing is, what is not realized, that this is one of the minor things that is going on. You see, it started off originally with a mother
Tell me the Gloria thing you said she was in. Because I knew she was a...
No, Glorious Children.
Glorious Children, that's a cult, is it?
Glorious Children is a group of parents that is out to work together and share knowledge and share resources, how to keep the child, to indoctrinate the child against the other parent. They share resources, share knowledge and things like that.
We must do some research on that.
Their main sponsor, and that is very difficult to prove, is a lady called Dinah McKay. Dinah McKay.
Okay. This is in England or America?
No, she is in America.
Right.
She is a multimillionaire jewelry maker, and she is also implicated. Her dad is implicated in several, at least one, but I believe several murder by suicides. She is implicated in the murder by suicide of her husband, Chris McKay.
Right, so she sounds very dodgy, and you've got solid evidence that Ella was involved with her.
Yes, not with her, but with Glorious Children.
With the group that she set up.
There was number one on her on one of the computers. There was many documents of Glorious Children.
Okay, good.
There was also contact with Susanna. I'll tell you now what is her name is.
You see, this is where you and I have common grounds. Everybody went crazy at me when I said I have information implicating the mother. But where I think they've, the part I cannot agree with you categorically is that the father is the innocent victim. It's absolutely not the case. And I know that he has stalked me, he has cyber harassed me, he has terrorized me. And the point I was going to make to you, when you said that you recommended specialists that flew in from America and they were good with the children, but Steve Martin, as the Independent Police Complaints Commission, upheld that he led the children in their retractions, that he appeared to be leading the children, and his skills with the children were zero. The way he interviewed, the way he conducted those retractions was agony. It broke every rule in the book.
Susanna Reklikova, born.
Read this.
This is another page with Susanna Reklikova.
Oh, I say, is she Russian?
Czechoslovakian.
Okay.
Okay, now she is also very
Specialist
high
in
involved.
alienating fathers.
Yes.
I believe this.
And now, you don't know how big it is. I'm going to shock you now. That in some areas it is so large that they have, you pay me yearly €6,000. UEP. So altogether I get about 200 clients, each paying me €6,000. And then
They educate you how
from
to
the,
how to
I
make the father.
educate you, help you, I give you tips. Number one, I will make sure that your case is heard by judge this and this and this and this, who also get a share of the money.
Now this corruption is mostly in which country? In America?
It's all
over.
over. We have found branches. We have uncovered branches even in Ireland.
I believe that. Yeah, I believe
We've
that.
a branch in Ireland also. We have. Okay, I'm going to tell you. It's going to come out soon. That people go with cases of to the European Court of Human Rights, and the case disappear at the European Court of Human Rights because of a woman, a Slovakian woman, that was just disappearing those files.
It's a network.
It's a network.
I've had two fathers contact me, and I wasn't skilled enough to help them, but they had been criminally set up with horrendous charges that were not true, and I completely believed them. I completely believed them. This was in the north.
I will be in the Central Criminal Court in the next few weeks. I don't know. I just know that The jury selection is apparently next week. But where I sat with a young lady, she's now 19 years old. I sat with her for extended hours, and the way that she was indoctrinated to give evidence against her dad. Now, amongst others, the medical examination confirmed that she was sexually abused.
Okay.
Medical examination of her. Medical examination confirmed that what she explained did happen.
Do you want to close the door so the children don't hear?
Medical examination, psychological profiling of the person doing it was the dad. Evidence, put it like this, everything
Everything added up.
Absolutely fantastic.
Right.
It ended up that Daddy was charged, found guilty, and sentenced to 12 years imprisonment.
Right.
When she became 18 years old, she just decided she is. Earlier she tried to get away from her mother, but she was. Everything just went against her, you know. And she ended up on her 18th birthday, standing here, looking at me through the window. I went and I got her in. We sat. First, when I found out she's only 18 now, and so I said, "Is the guards looking for you?" She said, "Yes." Of course, they reported me missing. I found Angada Shikona in Swords, and they confirmed, "Oh, we'll send somebody immediately to come and fetch her." I said, "No. I have organized that if somebody come and fetch her, that she is detained. And there will be a habeas corpus immediately if somebody remove her from my place."
Wow. Wow.
Then phone calls again and again and again, and an hour later, 2 cop cars here. And I said, "You wait upstairs." And I had them in here. I can let one woman go up and confirm that she is all right. But if you try and remove her from this house, then there's going to be trouble. And there was about an hour worth of talking and arguing and things like that. I said, "Listen," and I ended up, I said, "If you want to be productive, go and drink a cup of coffee somewhere. I will pay for it if you haven't got cash on you. Or you sit in the kitchen and Natalie will make you coffee. Or something to eat also. But I need to finish my talk with this young lady.
Okay.
And then I'll tell you what is the next step."
Okay.
2 of them decided to stay, and the rest left. I sat with her. I decided after that we have serious criminal cases here against the mother, and so I asked her permission to bring them in. She sat there where you're sitting now. I was sitting there, and 2 kitchen chairs was in here, and they were sitting here with 2 kitchen chairs, and I explained to them. I said, okay, this
So
is,
who sat here, the mother or the girl?
no, the young lady,
The 18-year-old.
18-year-old,
And you were here and 2 coppers.
yeah, and 2 coppers. I told them, you have a problem now, because you're going to have to take a witness statement from this lady about the facts, and you will have to, without delay, have to get this to the DPP for an immediate review of the dad's guilty fine, dad that was found guilty. And I said, no, but that you have to see a solicitor for. And when they said, you have to see a solicitor for, I said, thank you very much, I will do the work myself. You can go now.
Okay.
And when I said, let me help you out. No, but we're not going without her.
They were going to return her to the mother?
Yes. And I said, okay, you're not going without her. Do not think you're going to remove her from this house without a warrant.
Okay, good. Yeah.
If you attempt that, it will be abduction.
Right. Somebody
And then-
posted online about this yesterday. She said that a child ran away to her home and disclosed horrendous abuse to her. She rang the police and told them, I have a child here. The allegations are very, very serious. The child is very distraught. The police said, yes, we'll come round. And they came and they took the child back to where the child had run away from.
Yeah. That's
And
unfortunate.
this woman was writing on Facebook,
And-
what do I do? She said, how could they betray me like that? They said they were coming round to interview the child. They just removed the child back to where the child had run away from.
But now, the problem that they had, in my case here, was that she's 18 years old.
Yeah, so she's of age. She can't be forced back.
Yeah.
You can't force an 18